Sound speeds, and as a boom operator, I am so happy to be showcasing for you this week the brand new and improved Cinela Leo windscreens, nicknamed the Leonard Ball. These are designed for the MKH 20 through 50 or the Chef's modular microphone series. And if you have never heard what these things can do for cutting out wind on your microphones, then you need to pay attention because you might need some Leo action in your life. Let's first look at the version that's being replaced. This here is the Leo 25 millimeter diameter microphones, aka the Sennheiser MKH 20 through 50 series. Now, if you look at it where the microphone plugs in, you will see it's white. And on the inside, you'll see two rubber rings. That's how it grabs hold of your microphone. On the outside, you have your acoustic transparent material, and it is covering the inside, which looks a lot like 3D printed material, but I cannot confirm that. Now, if you look at it, it's pretty simple and straightforward, but it does not give much to the touch. It does have a way that you can actually pull it apart if you really want to unsnap it, but it's pretty much a solid thing. It doesn't move that much, and as a matter of fact, if you bang it on something too hard, it will dent and it can damage, and I really don't want to do that. However, the new design is built from the same indestructible plastic that the piano and pianissimo Zeppelins are made of. And if you look at this thing actually is giving quite a bit, yet it bounces back into position and is quick to open up. Sound utilities, you'll appreciate this one. If your boom operator is a prankster and likes to do things like, let's say, stick AA batteries inside of your Leo windscreens, then you may have found them difficult to remove in the past. But no longer, because with the new Cinela Leo, if it doesn't naturally just fall out with a couple of little bitty shakes, then you can simply pop it open. And that troll is no longer an option. Where is that sound utility? The old school design could be taken apart, but it really didn't want to be. And because of the hard plastic it was made of, it had a tendency of chipping off little pieces there. And if that came off inside of the cover, it would make noise. And if you didn't put it back together just right on fast swings, it might make a little bit of a clicking noise. The new design does not have the same issues. Because of these little rubber rings and the way it fits in with the indestructible plastic, you can take them apart and put them back together time and time again very easily. And as for being rugged and durable, geez, these things can take damage. And remember, they're considered virtually indestructible, so you can really do some damage to these things, and they will still go back together nicely. If any of your old Leo windscreens took damage, I really hope you held on to the acoustically transparent covers, because it is perfectly compatible with the new Leo windscreen. Weight-wise, I can't really feel a difference between the two. The old school Leonard Ball measured in about 11.5 inches or 29 centimeters around the equator, and the same measurement along the longitude. What do you know, the same dimensions on the new Leonard Ball, along the latitude and the longitude, or maybe just a fraction of a bit smaller. Even when assembled, there are differences between the old and the new. It's black because this rubber grabs hold of the microphone a lot better than those two little bitty rings did. Remember when I said that the Leo 25 was designed for the Sennheiser MKH 20 through 50 microphone series and that the Leo 20 was designed for the Chef's modular microphone series? Well, what about you DPA and Sennheiser 8050 users? Well, here's what you can do with those 19mm microphones. By default, the Leo 20 will not stay on your 19mm microphones, but if you add black paper tape, you'll find that the Leo 20 sticks perfectly fine on this DPA microphone, and for this quality of wind protection, that's a small weight to bear. Acoustically, there is no difference between the old and the new design. Since we're talking about the Leo windscreen, I'm going to point out something, and you veterans out there are probably going to roll your eyes and say that's common sense, but if you're new or new to Leo windscreens, pay close attention. You know how a microphone has these little slits in there, and those all play a part in the engineering of the way this microphone sounds? Well, when you stick this microphone inside of a Leo windscreen, don't block those little bitty slits, because if you do, the sound is going to sound weird. It's going to be muffled maybe. It's going to sound like there's no lows. Something is going to happen and it's not going to be a good thing. But if you center it on the inside of the Leo, then it is going to be highly effective. Right there in the middle is where that sound is centered around, and that's where you want to be, in the middle of this Leonard Ball. When you buy a Leo, make sure you get it with the fur, because when you combine this fur with the regular Leo wind cover, then you will find that it is just as effective as a Zeppelin outdoors. And if you don't want to use the fur indoors, then by all means don't, because this is going to take all the wind off of your microphone if you're doing fast cueing. What do I think of this new Leo windscreen? Is it really worth an upgrade? Goodbye old design and hello new design. I love this thing. Not only is it everything that was great about the old school Leonard Ball, it is actually ruggedized now. It's black, it grabs the microphone better, it is quiet. everything you want this Leonard Ball to be. It is, and probably more, especially when you add on that Leo windscreen fur. So check it out at your local sound vendor and definitely consider an upgrade. And I'll tell you, I was seconds away from buying this new design when Cinela said they would send them to me to review for you guys. So thank you, Cinela, for sending them. These are solid as a rock, and guys, you really need to check these things out. So call your local sound vendors and place an order. That's sound advice. Have a question you'd like answered or want to add something? Be sure to write it in the comment section down below. You can also make a suggestion for future topics of discussion. Again, comment section down below, or you can email me at soundspeeds@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on future sound advice.